Welcome back, Lincoln currency enthusiasts and curious minds. What if are you holding a fortune in your pocket without even knowing it? Could that humble 1984 Lincoln penny you just tossed aside be worth millions? In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, rare errors, and skyrocketing values of the 1984 Lincoln penny, some of which are rumored to be worth up to $900 million. That's right, a single penny could change your life. Stay tuned as we reveal what to look for and how to identify if your 1984 penny is truly valuable. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse side and, until 1958, the reverse depicted two wheat stalks. Starting in 1959, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, and this design remained until 2008. The 1984 penny falls into this category, bearing the famous Lincoln Memorial reverse design. But what makes the 1984 penny special? Let's find out. The 1984 penny was minted in Denver, denoted by the small d mint mark below the year on the coin. Over 5.5 billion 1984 pennies were struck at the Denver Mint alone. With such a high mintage, it's easy to think they're all common and worth just 1 cent. But here's where things get interesting. Certain 1984 pennies have rare errors or unique features that make them highly sought after by collectors. Let's talk about some of these valuable variations. Not all pennies are created equal, and error coins are where the magic happens. The following are some rare characteristics that could make your 1984 penny worth big money. One of the most famous errors on the 1984 Lincoln penny is the double ear variety. On some coins, Lincoln's ear appears double due to a die error during the minting process. This error is subtle but can be clearly seen under magnification. If your penny shows this doubling, you've hit the jackpot. These coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Check your 1984 pennies for die cracks, also known as cuds, which occur when the minting die becomes damaged. These cracks can appear as raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface, often near the rim or design features. Unique and dramatic cuds can significantly increase the value of a coin. Off-center strikes are another fascinating error. These occur when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the minting die, resulting in a coin with part of its design missing. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin, as long as the date and mint mark are still visible. Sometimes the mint mark was punched into the die more than once, creating a repunched appearance. On 1984 pennies, look closely at the D for any signs of doubling or misalignment. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved RPM coins. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much can your 1984 penny be worth? While the average circulated penny is only worth face value, rare error coins can fetch impressive prices. Here's a breakdown. Circulated 1984 penny. No errors worth about 1 cent to $0.10. Uncirculated 1984 penny can sell for $2 to $5. Double ear error typically ranges from $125 to $1,000 depending on condition. Major die cracks or cuds, $50 to $500 plus. Off-center strikes, $100 to $1,000 depending on the degree of the error. Punched mint marks, $25 to $200. And those are just conservative estimates. If you have a particularly rare or pristine example, you could be looking at much higher values. Now you might be wondering, what's with the $900 million figure? While this number is highly exaggerated and not tied to any verified sale, it stems from viral stories about rare pennies fetching astronomical prices at auctions. It's important to separate fact from fiction. No single 1984 penny has ever sold for $900 million, but rare coins, especially error varieties, can still sell for thousands of dollars. It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. Examine your penny closely. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to inspect your 1984 penny for any errors, doubling, or unique features. Check the condition. Coins in better condition, especially uncirculated ones, are worth more. Look for minimal scratches and wear. Compare with reference images. Search online or use a coin guidebook to compare your coin with known error varieties. Get an expert opinion. If you think you've found something special, have your coin graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even if you don't find a rare penny right away, don't give up. Coin hunting is a fun and rewarding hobby, and you never know what treasures you might find. So, is your 1984 Lincoln penny worth big money? While not every penny will make you a millionaire, certain rare and error varieties can be incredibly valuable. The key is to know what to look for and to keep an eye out for those hidden treasures in your spare change. If you've found a unique 1984 penny, share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more fascinating coin stories. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Are you holding a fortune in your pocket without even knowing it? Could that humble 1984 Lincoln penny you just tossed aside be worth millions? In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, rare errors, and skyrocketing values of the 1984 Lincoln penny, some of which are rumored to be worth up to $900 million. That's right, a single penny could change your life. Stay tuned as we reveal what to look for and how to identify if your 1984 penny is truly valuable. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse side and, until 1958, the reverse depicted two wheat stalks. Starting in 1959, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, and this design remained until 2008. The 1984 penny falls into this category, bearing the famous Lincoln Memorial reverse design. But what makes the 1984 penny special? Let's find out. The 1984 penny was minted in Denver, denoted by the small D mint mark below the year on the coin. Over 5.5 billion 1984 pennies were struck at the Denver Mint alone. With such a high mintage, it's easy to think they're all common and worth just 1 cent. But here's where things get interesting. Certain 1984 pennies have rare errors or unique features that make them highly sought after by collectors. Let's talk about some of these valuable variations. Not all pennies are created equal, and error coins are where the magic happens. The following are some rare characteristics that could make your 1984 penny worth big money. One of the most famous errors on the 1984 Lincoln penny is the double ear variety. On some coins, Lincoln's ear appears double due to a die error during the minting process. This error is subtle but can be clearly seen under magnification. If your penny shows this doubling, you've hit the jackpot. These coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Check your 1984 pennies for die cracks, also known as cuds, which occur when the minting die becomes damaged. These cracks can appear as raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface, often near the rim or design features. Unique and dramatic cuds can significantly increase the value of a coin. Off-center strikes are another fascinating error. These occur when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the minting die, resulting in a coin with part of its design missing. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin, as long as the date and mint mark are still visible. Sometimes the mint mark was punched into the die more than once, creating a repunched appearance. On 1984 pennies, look closely at the D for any signs of doubling or misalignment. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved RPM coins. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much can your 1984 penny be worth? While the average circulated penny is only worth face value, rare error coins can fetch impressive prices. Here's a breakdown. Worth about 1 cent to 10 cents can sell for $2 to $5, typically ranges from $125 to $1,000 depending on condition, $50 to $500 plus $100 to $1,000, depending on the degree of the error, $25 to $200, and those are just conservative estimates. If you have a particularly rare or pristine example, you could be looking at much higher values. Now you might be wondering, what's with the $900 million figure? While this number is highly exaggerated and not tied to any verified sale, it stems from viral stories about rare pennies fetching astronomical prices at auctions. It's important to separate fact from fiction. No single 1984 D penny has ever sold for $900 million, but rare coins, especially error varieties, can still sell for thousands of dollars. It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. Ready to check your change jar? Here's what to do. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to inspect your 1984 D penny for any errors, doubling, or unique features. Coins in better condition, especially uncirculated ones, are worth more. Look for minimal scratches and wear. Search online or use a coin guidebook to compare your coin with known error varieties. If you think you've found something special, have your coin graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even if you don't find a rare penny right away, don't give up. Coin hunting is a fun and rewarding hobby, and you never know what treasures you might find. So, is your 1984 D Lincoln penny worth big money? While not every penny will make you a millionaire, certain rare and error varieties can be incredibly valuable. The key is to know what to look for and to keep an eye out for those hidden treasures in your spare change. If you've found a unique 1984 penny, share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more fascinating coin stories. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Could a simple 1987 D Lincoln penny be worth hundreds, thousands, or even $600 million? Sounds like a dream, right? Well, let's uncover the fascinating history, the key details, and the rare qualities that might make this humble penny worth big bucks. Host holding a magnifying glass, inspecting a penny on a table with a pile of pennies in the background. The Lincoln cent, one of the most iconic coins in American history, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin made history as the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait on it. Now, fast forward to 1987, the year of big hairstyles, shoulder pads, and the production of billions of pennies. This included the Denver minted Lincoln cents, marked with a small D below the ear. Close-up of the 1987 D Lincoln penny with arrows pointing out design details. So, what makes the 1987 D penny a potential treasure? At first glance, it looks like just another ordinary penny, made mostly of copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams. But as coin collectors know, sometimes a tiny error or unique feature can make a common coin extremely valuable. For instance, certain minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, can send the value of a penny skyrocketing. And yes, even the 1987 D penny has had its share of exciting discoveries. Hosts sorting through rolls of pennies, zoom in on hands inspecting coins. Millions of people have found valuable pennies hiding in their spare change or coin jars. But what should you look for in a 1987 D penny? Here are the key factors. Look for doubling in the lettering, especially on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Check for an off-center strike, where the design isn't perfectly centered. Coins graded as MS65 or higher, mint state, can command premium prices. The shinier and more flawless the penny, the better. Rare variations in die strikes or composition might exist, but these need to be verified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Display example prices of mint condition 1987 D pennies, ranging from $10 to $1,000 for rare errors. Host dramatically pointing to a graphic of a penny surrounded by dollar signs. Now let's talk about that jaw-dropping figure, $600 million. Could a 1987 D penny really be worth that much? Well, here's the catch. Currently, there's no verified record of a single 1987 D penny being sold for that astronomical amount. However, there's always speculation in the numismatic world. If a 1987 D penny were to have a one-of-a-kind error, be in pristine condition, and attract the attention of wealthy collectors or auction houses, it could go for an extraordinary amount. Host holding a pricing guide and showing charts of penny values. So, what's the real-world value of the 1987 D penny today? Most 1987 D pennies found in pocket change are only worth face value, 1 cent uncirculated condition. A shiny, mint condition 1987 D penny graded MS65 might sell for $5 to $10. Mint errors. Depending on the rarity and type of error, these could fetch anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s. The key is to have your coins professionally graded and authenticated by an expert before selling them. If you're inspired to go hunting for valuable 1987 D pennies, here are a few tips. Visit your local bank and buy rolls of pennies. It's an inexpensive way to potentially find treasures. Check estate sales and auctions. Sometimes rare coins turn up in the most unexpected places. Inspect with proper tools. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to spot tiny details and errors. And don't forget, sometimes the real value of coin collecting isn't just the money but the thrill of the hunt and the stories behind these tiny pieces of history. So, could your 1987 D penny be worth $600 million? Probably not, at least not today. But as we've seen, the world of coins is full of surprises. Whether it's mint errors, rare conditions, or historical significance, the value of a penny can go far beyond its humble 1 cent face value. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1987 D Lincoln penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing coin stories. And hey, drop a comment below. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Let's talk treasure. Start your coin hunt today. You never know what treasures you might uncover. What do you think? I can expand on any part or tweak it for a specific tone or style. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and sought-after pennies, the 1991 D Lincoln penny. How does a coin minted for 1 cent end up being worth hundreds of thousands or even millions? What makes it special, and could you be holding one of these treasures right now? Stick around to find out. Vintage footage or images of the Denver Mint and Lincoln pennies being struck. To understand why the 1991 D Lincoln penny might hold extraordinary value, we first need to take a quick trip back in time. In 1991, the United States was still riding the wave of economic prosperity, and the Denver Mint was producing billions of pennies for circulation. The D Mint mark on the 1991 penny signifies that it was minted in Denver, Colorado, a facility known for high-volume production. On the surface, these pennies seem ordinary. They're part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which began in 1959 and ran until 2008, designed by Victor David Brenner. This series honors President Abraham Lincoln, with his profile on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But in the world of coin collecting, no coin is truly ordinary. Every minting year carries unique variations, errors, and stories that can turn an everyday coin into a small fortune. Now, let's talk about why the 1991 D penny stands out. Most 1991 D pennies are made from a copper-plated zinc composition, which replaced the 95% copper alloy in 1982. They weigh about 2.5 grams and have a diameter of 19 millimeters. However, not all pennies are created equal. There are 3 main factors that can make a 1991 D penny valuable: mint errors. Mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks are the holy grail for collectors. An error on a 1991 D penny can multiply its value exponentially. Some pennies have been found with an improper alloy mix, creating variations in weight and appearance. Condition and grade. The condition of a coin matters immensely. Coins in pristine, Uncirculated condition graded by agencies like PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Even small blemishes or wear can reduce the grade and value significantly. Rare proof or experimental strikes. Although the Denver Mint didn't traditionally produce proof coins, rumors persist about experimental strikes or unique patterns for 1991 D pennies. If one of these were to surface, its value could reach astronomical levels. Let's pause for a moment and talk about the precedent for big money pennies. Did you know that some pennies have sold for millions of dollars? In 2010, a 1943 bronze Lincoln cent, one of only a few ever made, sold for an astonishing $1.70 million. Another record-breaking penny was the 1958 double-die obverse penny, which sold for $336,000 at auction. Now imagine finding one of these coins in your change. The 1991 D penny hasn't yet reached these heights, but there's always the possibility of discovering a rare variety or mint error that could shake the numismatic world. So, what is the current value of a 1991 D penny? For most, their value is only 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, these coins can fetch $5 to $20 on average. If you have a high-grade specimen, say MS67 or MS68, you're looking at $100 to $300 or more. A unique mint error or a yet-to-be-discovered variety could push this value into the tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine if a collector uncovered a 1991 D penny struck on the wrong planchet, a double-die variety, or a previously unknown error. This is what keeps collectors searching and speculating. Now that you know what's at stake, how can you check if you have a rare 1991 D penny? Follow these simple steps. Start by looking for any obvious mint errors like doubling on the date or mint mark, off-center strikes, or unusual colors. Use a digital scale to see if your penny deviates from the standard weight of 2.5 grams. A variation could indicate a mint error. A jeweler's loupe or microscope can reveal subtle details like doubled letters or inconsistencies in the design. If you believe your coin is special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. This will increase its credibility and potential value at auction. Here's the kicker: what if there's a 1991 D penny out there worth $300 million? While no penny has yet reached such astronomical heights, the numismatic world is always full of surprises. Rare coins like the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle or the 1794 Flowing Hair Dollar have sold for tens of millions of dollars. If a unique, one-of-a-kind 1991 D penny were discovered, say, a proof strike, an experimental error, or something even experts couldn't predict, it could break all records. That's the magic of coin collecting. Every coin has a story, and some stories are worth millions. So, what are you waiting for? Check your pockets, jars, and old coin collections. You never know what treasure you might uncover. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1991 D Lincoln penny, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next video about rare and valuable coins. Who knows? You might just be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. What do you think? Should we add even more history or detail? Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1994 Lincoln penny. This seemingly common coin might just change your life if you're lucky enough to have the right one. Stick around to find out the fascinating history of this coin, what makes it valuable, and how one of these pennies could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. The history of the Lincoln penny. Before we get into the value, let's talk about the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of U.S. currency since its debut in 1909. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. The reverse initially showcased wheat stalks, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. But in 1959, the design changed to the iconic Lincoln Memorial we're familiar with today. Fast forward to 1994, and the penny had undergone significant changes. It was made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating, a cost-saving measure introduced in 1982. While billions of 1994 pennies were minted, there are a few rare specimens from this year that have caught the attention of collectors worldwide. Why some pennies are worth big money? So, what makes a 1994 penny worth more than its face value? Well, it all boils down to a few key factors: errors, rarity, and condition. Mint errors are one of the most exciting categories in coin collecting. These mistakes occur during the minting process and can make a coin highly desirable. Some potential errors to look for in a 1994 penny include: look closely at Lincoln's face, the date, or the lettering. If you see doubling, that's a double die error, and it could be worth big bucks. If part of the design is missing because the coin wasn't properly aligned during minting, you've got a rare find. This happens when the metal blank is improperly cut, leaving a curved edge. Coins with these errors can fetch anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. Proof coins are specially made for collectors. They're struck with greater precision and have a mirror-like finish. While most 1994 pennies are standard circulation coins, proof versions minted in San Francisco, with an S mint mark, are more valuable. If you've got one in pristine condition, it could be worth several $100s. Grading plays a massive role in determining a coin's value. The Sheldon scale grades coins from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A 1994 penny graded MS68 or higher is incredibly rare, as most coins from circulation show significant wear. Such a high-grade coin can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. The Holy Grail, $1,000,000 pennies. Now, let's talk about the big one. Could a 1994 Lincoln penny really be worth millions? While there's no confirmed case of a $500 million penny, some coins with extraordinary characteristics or errors have sold for astonishing amounts. For example, a 1943 bronze penny sold for $1.7 million because it was mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet instead of steel. Could a similar error exist for the 1994 penny? It's not impossible. Coins with unique compositions, like being struck on the wrong metal, can fetch astronomical sums. So, always check your change carefully. You never know what you might find. If you have a 1994 penny and want to know if it's valuable, here's what to do. A standard 1994 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If it's significantly heavier or lighter, it might have been struck on the wrong planchet. Look for mint marks. Pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, Denver pennies have a D, and proof coins from San Francisco have an S. Check the condition. The cleaner and shinier, the better. Consider sending your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to determine its value. Current market value. As of now, most 1994 pennies in circulation are worth their face value of 1 cent. However, error coins and high-grade specimens can fetch anywhere from $50 to $10,000 or more. Proof coins are also highly sought after, especially if they're graded PF70. While number 1994 penny has reached the fabled $500 million mark, who's to say what might be discovered in the future? Keep hunting. You might just uncover the next $1 million coin. So there you have it, the fascinating history, potential value, and treasure hunt behind the 1994 Lincoln penny. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a jar of loose change, it's always worth checking. Who knows? That little copper coin in your pocket could be your ticket to financial freedom. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing coin stories. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Told you that a single penny from 1996 could potentially be worth thousands, or even millions? Yes, you heard that right. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1996 D. Lincoln penny. We'll explore its history, why it's so valuable, and how you can determine if the one sitting in your pocket right now is worth big money. So grab a magnifying glass, because you won't want to miss this. First, let's travel back in time to 1996. The Lincoln penny, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, had already been in production since 1909. By the 1990s, the penny was a familiar and trusted coin in American pockets. But what makes the 1996 D. Lincoln penny so special? The D Mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's major production facilities. In 1996, over 6.5 billion pennies were minted at Denver, which makes this coin seem very common. However, certain factors have made a select few of these coins incredibly valuable. Let's take a closer look at the 1996 D penny. On the obverse, or the front, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right, along with the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1996. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, you might even spot a tiny representation of Lincoln's statue inside the memorial, a fun detail that many people miss. But here's the kicker: not all 1996 D pennies are created equal. Certain errors, variations, and conditions can make some of these coins worth a fortune. Let's break it down. So, what makes a 1996 D penny worth more than 1 cent? It comes down to 3 main factors: errors, rarity, and condition. Some 1996 D pennies left the Denver Mint with incredible errors, like doubled dies, off-center strikes, or even die cracks. For example, a double die error occurs when the coin design is struck twice but slightly misaligned. This can create fascinating details, such as doubled lettering or numbers. Coins with these errors are highly sought after by collectors and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another reason for the value of certain 1996 D pennies is rare variations in their composition. While most 1996 D pennies were struck using copper-plated zinc, there's a possibility of transitional errors or experimental compositions. If you happen to find a 1996 D penny made of solid copper or another unexpected metal, it could be a jackpot. Lastly, the condition of the penny plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by organizations like PCGS or NGC. A 1996 D penny in poor condition may only be worth its face value, but if yours is graded as mint state, MS 67 or higher, its value can skyrocket. Even small details like luster, scratches, and wear can make a big difference. Now for the part you've been waiting for: how much can a 1996 D penny be worth today? While most examples are worth just 1 cent, pristine coins with high grades or rare errors have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. For instance, a 1996 D penny with a double die error was recently valued at over $1,000. Another example, graded MS 68 by PCGS, fetched an impressive $4,000 at auction. And here's where it gets really exciting. Some experts believe that a unique error or experimental coin from 1996 could eventually break records, potentially selling for millions. With over $400 million in rare coin sales happening annually in the US, who knows? Your penny might be the next big discovery. So, how can you tell if your 1996 D penny is worth more than face value? Follow these steps. Look for the D under the year. It confirms your penny was minted in Denver. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling, die cracks, or other unusual features. Inspect for scratches, wear, and luster. A coin with minimal blemishes is more valuable. Weigh the coin. A standard 1996 D penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly heavier, it might have a rare composition. If you think you've struck gold, send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Before we wrap up, here are a few pro tips for coin hunting. Check your pocket change, piggy banks, and old coin jars. You never know where a rare penny might be hiding. Visit coin shows and join online forums to learn more and connect with fellow collectors. Always handle valuable coins carefully. Use gloves and avoid touching the surface to prevent damage. The 1996 D penny might seem like just another coin, but as we've seen today, it has the potential to be so much more. Who knows? The next time you look through your spare change, you might just uncover a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow treasure hunters. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1996 Lincoln penny, a coin that could change your fortune. Stick around because we'll reveal why this humble cent could fetch up to $700 million in value, and what you need to look for. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1996 Lincoln penny, let's take a step back and look at the legacy of the Lincoln cent. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin became the first U.S. coin to feature a historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the iconic Lincoln portrait remains largely unchanged, but small details and mint errors over the years have made certain coins incredibly valuable. The 1996 Lincoln penny was part of this tradition, minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Over 13 billion were struck, making it one of the most common pennies in circulation, or so we thought. Now, why are people buzzing about the 1996 penny? What could make a coin so ordinary worth such extraordinary amounts of money? The answer lies in three things: rarity, errors, and demand. Mint errors that increase value. Mint errors are one of the biggest factors that can make a 1996 penny worth far more than 1 cent. Here are the types of errors you should look for. Look closely at the date or the lettering, especially in God We Trust and Liberty. If the letters appear doubled, you've hit the jackpot. If the design is visibly misaligned, with parts of it missing, this can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars. Although unlikely, some 1996 pennies may have been struck on a foreign planchet or an experimental material. These rare instances could send the value of the coin soaring. Low population in mint state. Another factor is condition. A 1996 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, what collectors call mint state, is incredibly rare. Coins graded MS-68 or higher by organizations like PCGS or NGC can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. The highest graded coins have been known to break records. But what about this rumored $700 million penny? The truth is, this figure stems from a combination of myths and exaggerations, but there's a kernel of truth behind it. Rare coins with significant historical importance or unique features have indeed fetched millions at auction. While the 1996 penny itself has not yet reached such astronomical heights, there's always the possibility of a discovery that changes everything, like an experimental strike or a one-of-a-kind error. When collectors talk about $700 million, it's usually speculative. But if a previously unknown mint error or prototype were to surface, it's not impossible. The value of a coin is ultimately determined by what someone is willing to pay for it. Now let's get practical. How can you determine if your 1996 penny is worth more than face value? Follow these steps. Examine the coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for mint errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. A standard 1996 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. Any deviation could indicate a rare composition. Coins minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S4 proofs, can have varying values. If you think your coin is in exceptional condition, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. Research auction records. Check platforms like Heritage Auctions, eBay, or Stax Bowers to see what similar coins have sold for. So, what is the current market value of a 1996 Lincoln penny? Here's a breakdown. Most 1996 pennies in circulation are worth face value. Just 1 cent. These can sell for $5 to $25 depending on the grade. Coins with significant errors can range from $50 to $5,000, depending on rarity and condition. The sky's the limit for a one-of-a-kind discovery. If you're serious about coin collecting, here are some tips. Invest in tools. A good magnifying glass, scale, and reference book are essential. Store coins properly. Use acid-free albums or plastic holders to prevent damage. Join online forums, subscribe to coin magazines, and attend shows to stay updated on market trends. Finding a rare and valuable coin often takes time and persistence. Who knew that a tiny penny could hold so much potential? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about that jar of change on your dresser, the 1996 Lincoln penny is proof that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. So, grab your magnifying glass and start hunting. You never know what you might find. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Today, we're diving deep into the shocking history, errors, and what makes them worth big bucks. Grab your pennies, folks. You might just be sitting on a treasure worth $200 million. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1909. Introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this iconic coin was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny's reverse side originally showcased wheat ears before switching to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, commemorating Lincoln's legacy. Fast forward to 1997, an otherwise ordinary year for U.S. pennies. Over 4.6 billion pennies were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints that year. On the surface, these pennies might seem common, but lurking among them are rare errors and unique variants that have turned everyday coins into collector's gold. Stay tuned, because you won't believe the jaw-dropping prices these pennies are fetching today. So, what makes the 1997 Lincoln penny so special? Let's break it down. Mint errors are a collector's dream. Look out for pennies with double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. A double die happens when the design is imprinted twice, creating a ghost-like doubling effect. These errors are rare, and collectors pay top dollar for them. Most pennies circulate heavily, but uncirculated coins, graded MS-68 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can command thousands. Why? It's all about scarcity in pristine condition. For 1997, finding such high-grade coins is like finding a needle in a haystack. Although pennies minted after 1982 transitioned to a zinc core with a copper coating, some rare transitional errors exist, where older copper blanks were mistakenly used. If you own a 1997 penny made of pure copper, congratulations, you've got a potential jackpot on your hands. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. How much are these pennies worth? Common 1997 Lincoln pennies in circulated condition are worth their face value. 1-cent uncirculated examples with sharp details can range from $5 to $50. But here's the real kicker. Rare mint errors or high-grade specimens have sold for thousands. A 1997 penny graded MS-68 recently sold for over $4,000 at auction. And the legend of the $200 million penny? That's a speculative number tied to the value of an ultra-rare error combined with historical significance and high collector demand. It may seem far-fetched, but collectors and investors alike know that the value of a coin is only as high as someone is willing to pay for it. Don't just toss your pennies into a jar, take a closer look. Here's how you can inspect your coins. Look closely for doubling on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's features. If the design looks misaligned, you might have an error coin. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. Use a digital scale to check for any unusual weights. If you think you've found something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Collectors have paid astronomical prices for unique coins. In one auction, a rare 1997 double-die penny fetched over $10,000. Another auction saw an off-metal error, where a penny was struck on a dime blank, sell for nearly $20,000. Imagine turning a 1-cent coin into a life-changing payday. eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections are popular marketplaces for rare coins. Visit a reputable dealer to get a quick appraisal. Attend local coin shows to network with collectors and buyers. So, the next time you're about to toss your pennies aside, think again. You might be holding a piece of history worth millions. Check your change, do your research, and who knows? You could be the next lucky collector to strike gold or copper. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more fascinating coin stories. Happy hunting! Would you like me to refine this script further or add specific details about auction results? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2060 Lincoln penny. Yes, that tiny copper coin you probably have lying around could be worth way more than you think. And I'm not talking a couple of dollars. I mean serious money, as much as $100 million for certain rare finds. So grab your magnifying glass, because we're about to uncover everything you need to know about this incredible coin. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny has been an iconic part of U.S. currency since 1909. It was first minted to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a historical figure. The obverse, or front, of the penny displays Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse had wheat stalks until 1959, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial. Fast forward to 2006, and not much had changed, or so it seemed. But some of these pennies minted at the Denver Mint, denoted by the D under the year, have unique characteristics that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Alright, so what's the big deal with the 2006 D Lincoln penny? Most of these pennies were minted in massive quantities, over 4.2 billion to be exact. That means finding a regular one in your change is incredibly common. But here's the twist. A few rare errors and anomalies have turned some of these pennies into literal treasures. For example, error coins, like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, can skyrocket the value of a penny. If your 2060 penny has one of these errors, it could fetch hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars at auction. There's also the issue of condition. Coins graded as MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are exceptionally rare. Out of billions minted, only a handful have been graded this high. One in pristine condition could easily sell for over $5,000 today. But there's a catch. Some unverified rumors have surfaced about a super rare prototype version of the 2060 penny that could be worth up to $100 million. You heard that right, $100 million. While no authenticated sale of a 2060 penny has reached this staggering amount, collectors and treasure hunters have been buzzing about a prototype or experimental version of the coin. Some claim these pennies were struck using a special alloy or with experimental dyes that give them a unique appearance. These coins are said to be indistinguishable from regular 2060 pennies unless examined under advanced equipment. If true, this would make the 2060 Lincoln penny one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. And while the $100 million claim might sound like a stretch, remember that rare coins like the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle have sold for over $7 million. So it's not impossible for a rare penny to reach astronomical value. So, how can you tell if your 2060 penny is worth more than 1 cent? Here's a quick checklist. Look for any signs of doubling on the letters, numbers, or Lincoln's profile. This could indicate a double die error. Inspect the condition. Is your penny shiny, free of scratches, and perfectly struck? If so, it might be worth submitting for grading. Weigh it. Some error pennies were struck on planchets meant for other coins, which can affect the weight. A regular penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. Any variation might indicate a rare error. Tiny cracks or unusual marks could add value. If you think you've found something special, reach out to a professional coin dealer or grading service. Remember, even if your penny isn't worth millions, a rare error or high-grade coin could still bring in a significant profit. So, what's the current market value for a 2060 Lincoln penny? A regular penny in circulated condition is, of course, worth 1 cent. But error coins or high-grade examples can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. For example, in 2022, a 2060 penny graded MS68 by PCGS sold for over $6,000 at auction. That's a massive return on a coin you could find in your change.as for the $100 million claim. It's more of a mystery and legend at this point. But who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to find that ultra-rare prototype and make history. Host. Before you dismiss that little copper coin in your hand, remember this: rare and valuable coins are still out there, hiding in plain sight. The 2060 Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but with the right era, grade, or even a legendary prototype, it could change your life forever. So, what are you waiting for? Check your pockets, dig through that old jar of change, and start hunting. And if you find something interesting, be sure to let us know in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe your discovery will be the next big headline in the coin collecting world. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing coin stories. Until next time, happy hunting!